Welcome to day 53 of our BitClout journey. Today we have a lot of cool news surrounding new updates that BitClout released over the night in America. The main change that they made was the changes to your inbox on BitClout. And Brian, would you like to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think the first thing that you'll notice is that it's a lot faster. Leading up to this point, I dreaded going in my messages just because it would like freeze up both on my phone and on my desktop. It would just slow things up dramatically, and it was just a pain in the neck to read and reply to some people, and it kind of sucked because we get like I'd always have people like, oh, why aren't you replying to my DMs? And it's just because I'm not checking them because I hate it. But now things are a lot speedier, a lot swifter. But that's not probably the biggest change. The biggest
Well,
change.
I think the whole site kind of got faster. I've noticed like everything on the site seems to be running a lot more smooth and a lot faster this morning. But yeah, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I think the biggest changes to the messages is that now you can sort by all different types of things. You can sort them. You can view only messages from people who hold your coin, which is pretty awesome because now like you can prioritize people that hold your coin. I'm not sure if I'm really doing that right now. I think I'm just reading everything, but some people are going to want to do that, and later on we'll talk about what that means. But additionally, there's when you go to your inbox, there's going to be three tabs. There's just going to be the all your messages. There's going to be the custom tab, and then there's going to be your coin holder tab. So the coin holder tab is going to be people who own your coin. So you can quickly jump and see all the people that own your coin who message you, and maybe you want to prioritize those first. Maybe not. Then the custom tab. If you go up to the upper right hand corner of your message box, there's these three lines. And if you click those three lines, you have all these options to customize your messages. So you can customize them by, sort by, I think it's by whether they're.
Yeah, so you can sort by most recent, most clout, most followed, and largest holder.
Right. And then you can also view only messages, right? By, you want to read off what those are?
You can show only messages from people who hold your coin, from people whose coin you hold, from only your followers, and also only people who you follow. So it gives you a lot of different options to prioritize what your inbox is going to look like. And right now, it might not be that huge of a deal to a lot of people, but I think as we get more and more larger influencers onto the platform, like some of the top Instagram influencers or the top TikTok influencers, or some of the top influencers on Twitter or whatever, or celebrities, say, like Pamela Anderson, I'm sure she gets a ton of messages, and maybe she just wants to sort by, people who hold her coin, or maybe just sort by people who she follows. So I think it's going to be great for some of the celebrities that come onto the platform, as well as some of the really popular influencers who are, they're inundated with messages all the time, and this allows them to at least prioritize a little bit.
Yeah, and like we have a lot of followers, so we get a lot of messages. And actually, over the weekend, somebody criticized us for not responding to their direct message, and it was just because the system was so clunky, and we were so overloaded.
It's his fault.
And we're so overloaded with direct messages that it's almost impossible to reply to them all in a I guess in a thought out manner. I mean, I can reply and say okay, or like just one word answers, but really it's not possible to spend all the time that we need to respond to everybody in a lengthy response. So I think being able to sort it at least allows people to prioritize things. And I mean, I feel guilty saying, hey, I'm going to prioritize people who own my coin, because I don't know if I really think that's the best way to approach things, but some people are going to do it that way. And I think that's more power to the creator. The creator is going to be able to kind of decide things. And that kind of leads us on to what's coming next. And
so Blue Party Hat, I should say, also talked about features that are coming next. And that one feature that he really focused on, he or she, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, or maybe an AI, is that they're going to introduce paid DMs. So your direct messages could be paid for. So say, for example, I say, I will read and answer all DMs that, give me 2 BitClout or 1 BitClout.
Well, that's a lot. You just say you charge 130.
Well, maybe that's what I want to do. So if that's what I want to do, I can set it at that. I'll be able to set my price for what price it would cost if you want to get my attention and you want me to read your DM. And, like for a normal person, it's probably not going to be too useful. But if you're a celebrity on the platform or one of these top influencers, it might be something that you consider. You can kind of monetize your time. The time you spend talking to people, you can get paid for. And in some instances, I think that's a good idea. And I think it's fair. And, there's going to be a lot of critics saying, why should I pay you to read my messages? Well, if you want a celebrity or a top influencer to read your message, that might be something you have to do because, they have their time is very valuable to them.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to look at it. You're paying for somebody's time. I mean, look at a lawyer or an attorney. You're paying for their time. You're paying for their advice. You're paying to speak to them. So I don't think it's really, I don't think it's a negative thing. It's just giving the creator yet another way to monetize their creations and their time they spend on this platform. And I think that's a good thing because you can't do that on any other platform. You can. There's just so many ways to monetize what people are creating now on BitClout that it should at least drive people to this platform. Hey, why am I posting on Twitter when I can do the same thing on BitClout and actually make money from it and make money from what I love doing? So I think that there's going to be criticism. Hey, so only people right now you can sort by coin price when you get a message. So that means that if somebody has enough money, they can basically buy a high coin price and they get noticed more, or they can buy your coin and immediately get noticed, or they can pay in the future to have their DM noticed. So it kind of is, the criticism is, hey, people with money are going to be able to interact more. But I mean, it's all supply and demand thing.
Yeah, so this isn't Twitter, this isn't Instagram. It's a platform that puts, the control into the user's hands rather than in the platform's hand. It puts the money in the hands of the users and the creators and the artists and the musicians rather than in the corporation's hands. Like it's not going to Twitter Corp. It's not going to the stockholders or the executives that work for a company. It's going to the creators, and it's allowing creators to kind of create their own means to monetize their creations. And I think it's only a positive. I'm sure there's going to be people who look at it and say, this is like a greed-ridden system, but it's not. It's like people deserve to get paid for their time and for their work that they put into something. And that's what BitClout's doing that no other social media platform's been able to do yet so far.
Yeah, and I'm sure some people aren't going to use it that way. Some people are going to leave their DMs open and they have the time to answer all the DMs they get, and they might feel guilty putting a price tag on answering DMs. But to some people, I mean, if you're getting 100 DMs a day, you don't have the time to sort through everything and reply. And this way, the more important ones get through, because if it's more important, people are going to pay to have that DM sent. So like if it's just a DM that's trolling you, they're not going to pay money to troll you. If it's a DM,
spam, so it's going to help reduce spam, because spammers not going to, send out 1,000 messages to people and, put $5 on that message. That just wouldn't make sense. So it's kind of gives people the ability to filter out some of the junk. And, maybe you could charge, 10 cents per message, right, just so that this person's genuine and they actually, need to speak to you rather than somebody just sending you a blatant advertisement. But then again, maybe you'll get advertisements as people would look at them as paid ads. But then it's like you're at least you're getting paid to consume that information,
I would like to see an option where you might say you could say, hey, 50 cents for me to see the message, another 50 cents for a guaranteed reply or something like that.
Yeah,
and then
that would be awesome.
then it kind of incentivizes the creator to actually respond with useful information. And then they're going to kind of feel like, hey, I got to respond with something that's useful, not just a one word or one sentence answer. So I don't know. This feature isn't out yet. The paid DMs isn't out yet. It's coming out. I'm guessing probably within the next week or two, but who knows?
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's a good place to end day 52 of our journey, and we will see you on BitClout.
I think it's 53, isn't it?
That's what I said, isn't it?
You said 52.
53. All right, day 53. Bye.